Hello, it's Chris Skeen again, and I'm back for the second habit of the book, High Performance Habits, How Extraordinary People Become That Way by Brendon Burchard. So, as I said in previous videos, I'm not getting paid by Brendon. I'm just a phenomenally good book. So in teaching it, I'm learning it, sinking in. I'm loving it. There are lessons that you can like if you like, and if you want to reach out and say hi, or you need help with them, then that's what I'm about, helping people. So the second habit is generating energy. Now, I think I said to you in previous videos as well that some will come naturally, some you have to work on. Generating energy for me, I probably find it a lot easier, and people have said to me, you always seem to be happy. However, I certainly still have my times where it is a challenge and I have to generate energy. Now, a lot like the clarity analogy, energy, and he talks about in here, it's not like say, if you think of he's written here, again, you don't have energy any more than a power plant does. A power plant transforms and transmits energy. In the same regard, you don't have happiness. You don't have happiness. Rather, you transform your thoughts into feelings that are or are not happy. You don't have to have sadness. You can transform it into something else. So, just about some analogies, good analogies here. You don't just have energy, you generate energy. And that's what this habit is about, generating energy and making decisions. And there's a bit of a theme of this book. He has three practices that help you generate energy and help you become that awesome person when crap's going down, getting thrown at you, and life seems to be really tough, and there's some people who even though life is really tough, they still seem to be able to smile and power through and look at the bright side. The old song, always look at the bright side of life. So the first practice is release tension and set intention. So release tension and set intention. Now, what it's talking about here is, if touched on a second ago, when something's getting thrown at you and something's really tough, it's about pausing and releasing the tension and go, okay, this is just a momentary thing. This is just something that's challenging me at the moment. You want to generate energy, so you set your intentions by way of telling yourself, and this is a practice thing, this is a habit, go figure, where you can practice it and you write it down, and you'll, as I'm going through these videos over the next few days, a lot of this stuff, and I can't cover everything, but a lot of this stuff I've written down. In fact, in the book, at the end of each section, and I'll show you here, he's got performance habits. So he has performance prompts, so he has little things at the end of each chapter where it prompts you to write stuff down that you can improve on. It's a very good interactive book. That's why I love it so much. There's another good point about it. Anyhow, back to this practice one, release tension and set intention. It is pretty easy, really. It's about taking negative thoughts, bad situations, just negative stuff, failures maybe, and releasing them, or just going, righto, I can't change it. I can't fix something that's happened in the past. I can't go back in time. But what I can do is I can pause and I can set my intention to go forward with a positive mind frame and with happiness, with energy. All right, so it kind of leads into the next one, and there's a whole lot on that, which is the practice 2 is bring the joy. It's such a great topic, really. It's about creating happiness, and he says in here, and I'll read this couple of lines. High performers, because we're talking about high performers. Remember, high performers here. The studies, 20 years of studies that Brendon's done over thousands of high performers in all their fields. These people tend to prime their emotions they want to experience in advance of key events for the day. So they're going into maybe a stressful meeting, and they're going to think and prime themselves to be happy and be joyful with a good outcome. I know I'm going to be feeling great walking out of there no matter what happens, just for the mere fact that I've walked in there and presented a good pitch. You take away the negative and you go with a good attitude. So high performers prime their emotions they want to experience in advance of key events for the day. It goes on a few more things about that. The second one is anticipate positive outcomes for their actions. So a bit like the first one, they anticipate the positive outcomes. They imagine possible stressful stressful situations and how their best self might gradually handle them. So again, you have to acknowledge that sometimes, you can't go past fear. Your body goes into this, I'm going to be stressed at that particular time. But thinking about it in advance and imagining okay, that's how I'm probably going to feel. So how can I best handle that? How can the best me get the best outcome out of this situation today? And that creates a positive and, a joyous mind rather than just a stressed out, frustrated mind. The point 4 is seek to insert appreciation, surprise, wonder, and challenge in their day. So it's all about mixing it up and creating it exciting. They steer social interactions toward positive emotions and experiences. There's a couple of good things there. They steer social interactions. So probably a very good point is that high performers don't even put themselves in positions normally, or they try to limit themselves into getting to those positions where they're around in social environments that aren't good. So they just won't go to something that's, okay, those people are all negative, I don't need to be around them. So they'll refrain from that and they'll put themselves in positions where they know they're going to get positive outcomes and experiences in their social interactions. They'll seek out people who are good for them. They also reflect regularly on all that they are grateful for. Yes, there's some points about how to become, joyous, how to put a positive mind frame at the start of the day. The next one is practice 3 is optimizing health. Now, this is sensational, really. I mean, I love it, and anyone who knows me, I'm a bit of I wouldn't say I'm a health kick, but I'm certainly a sports fanatic. I love sport. I love pushing myself. I love that, burn your lungs when I was a footballer, when you're on the last 10 metres of a 440 and the coach is yelling at you from across the other side of the field. And I don't love it at the time. I'm not sick, stupid. At the time you want to spew and you want to throw something at him. But, it's a good feeling of the blood going, the adrenaline. And so it's easy for me to talk about health, and certainly I'm, reasonably healthful, though I've still got to keep at it. I've got a good habit. So this is something I have nailed over the last few years. But interestingly, they're talking about fitness and if you talk about optimizing your health, it's not just fitness. It's obviously what you eat, what you put in, what you eat and how you exercise. Now, interestingly here, he's got exercise increases production of brain-derived neurotropic factor, a BDNF. Whoop-de-whoop. Okay, even if you don't care about what that means, the point is here that BDNF causes new neurons to grow in your hippocampus and other areas in your brain. Again, whoop-de-whoop. All you need to know is creating increased plasticity and the ability to learn faster. Okay, so you forget the rest and just go, if you exercise, it gives you the ability to learn faster, remember more, and improve overall brain function. In a nutshell, exercise improves learning. Go figure, and for so long I was exercising in the morning and then doing videos, and I didn't even know that I knew that I felt good when I was learning stuff. If I exercised and then went straight to work, I knew that it was good for me, and I just didn't know that there was actually a scientific thing going on in my old noggin that made it easy for me to learn after I'd exercised. So it says here, if the demands of your job or life require you to learn fast, deal with stress, be alert, pay attention, remember important things, and keep a positive mind, then you must take exercise more seriously. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's probably easy to see how the busiest people who are doing 10, 12, 13-hour days, 14-hour days, lots of stress, can come up with the excuse and say, I don't have time to exercise, I've got too much going on just with work. And what they're saying here is that if that's you are the most important person that needs to exercise and needs to do this stuff. So if that means you do 13 hours of work and an hour of exercise, well, it's going to make your 13 hours more efficient, and you're going to create habits that you will eventually be able to bring that 13 hours down to 12, 10, and you'll get more efficient. You'll be able to learn quicker, your brain will be working better, and but it's that initial step out in uncomfortableness. So you've got to take the initial step. You've got to step out to gain, you've got to give to get. So they're the three things, 3 practices. Release tension, set intention. So it's about pausing and going forth with a good attitude, bringing the joy, which is having fun and being positive and thinking about the outcomes before they even come into fruition. And optimizing your health. So the whole generate energy is a habit. And they say at the start of here somewhere, I remember reading, I can't find it now, but if you have the 5 other habits, and we'll talk about another 4 in the next few days, and you fail and you do very well on the 5 other habits, but you fail on generating energy, you'll be beating your head up against the wall, because you'll be foggy, you won't be clear of mind, and you'll be like that person doing 13 hours a day, and they might be doing awesome at some things, but they just can't think clearly sometimes. So their day gets longer because things just take longer. What they're missing? They're missing the generated energy. They're missing the exercise. Maybe they're missing just stopping and pausing during the middle of the day and going, okay, I've got to put that behind me. I've got to think. I've got to pause for a minute, take a deep breath, close the door, a bit of silence. Some people call it meditation, whatever you want to call it. Take a deep breath and go again with some intention to have a positive outcome for the rest of the day. So it's an awesome topic. It's an awesome habit. It's a learned thing, a progressive thing. All these habits, you've got to keep on doing them, and you keep doing them for the rest of your life, and you'll keep going up the tree, up the success ladder. Have a great day. See ya.